This studio vlog is brought to you by our friends over at Skillshare. I'll be talking more about the classes that I'm taking this month, but without further ado, let's jump in. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the studio vlog. If you are new here, my name is Sheena and I'm an illustrator and content creator based in New York City. So as you can see, I am packing orders. I will say off the bat, you guys are gonna love this video because there is a lot of packing going on. I'm also testing out different angles, so I hope you enjoy all of it. To be honest, I've just been playing catch up and I'll mention more about that later, but I'm gonna turn you guys over to the music and the time lapse, and I hope you enjoy. Now, before I jump into the rest of the video and show you my art print process, I want to take a moment to thank our video sponsors, Skillshare. So if you are new here or you just haven't heard of the platform before, Skillshare is basically an online learning community with tens of thousands of classes ranging from cooking, illustration, photography, interior design, and so much more. The platform is made to pretty much unlock the creative in all of us, because whether or not you believe it, you have creativity in you too. Now, some things I love about Skillshare off the bat is the platform has so many classes, many of them coming in under 60 minutes. You can really just stock up on a lot of classes in a short period of time. I also love that you have a plethora of different teachers and pros, so a very diverse platform for learning. And of course, Skillshare is super affordable with an annual subscription that's less than $10 a month, which you all know you cannot beat in this industry. Now, with highlighting Black History Month and really focusing on Black creators on the platform, that is the type of content that I've chosen to consume this month. Now, one of my new favorite teachers, I just love her personality. Her name is Holly's Narvaez, and she basically talks about how to create an engaging story through video content. You all know I make YouTube content. I also make Instagram content. So this class has been really helpful in helping me figure out what my inner voice is and how I can find inspiration when making visual content. I'm telling you guys, you're gonna love her personality. She's so funny. So definitely be sure to go and check that class out. Now, the second one I've been focused on is by one of my favorite people on Instagram, Christopher Griffin, aka the Plant Queen. Christopher is basically a pro in all things plant babies and greenery, and would you believe that he has over 150 individual plants? Like, I'm trying to get like him in this lifetime. So this class has been really fun to kind of watch while I draw and learn more about how I can take care of the plant babies in my house. I have close to about 7 or 8 different plants right now, and I've been doing a pretty good job of keeping them alive. So if you'd like to check out either of these classes by Christopher or by Holly's, or if you kind of just want to go down your own rabbit hole and discover some classes on your own, Skillshare can help out with that process because they have teamed up with me to give the first 1,000 subscribers a free trial to try out Skillshare Premium for themselves. So my unique link will be below in the description area. If you guys click and use that link, you are able to not only get access to these amazing classes, but you also support this channel. So again, that link is below. Go ahead and click and join millions of creatives learning on Skillshare today. All right, guys, so I said I would use this phone to do some more vlogging, so I am testing that. Hopefully this footage looks good. So I'm just here at my desk getting some work done, and I was doing my art prints for today and thought that I would just show you guys really quick my process. I get this question a lot, so I'm just gonna walk you through how simple it is and how I do it. And hopefully it's helpful. So here is my iPad Pro. I finished this image in PROCREATE, of course. I talk about my settings everywhere, so hopefully you guys have seen like a live or something, but here's the image. All I do is I export it, airdrop it to my computer, and then it's here. I do all of my formatting in Photoshop. If you don't use Photoshop, use whatever works for you. I'm just comfortable with this platform. So what I'll do is I'll go here, file, new, and I'll create a new file that is the size of the prints that I make. So either an 8x10 or a 5x7, as you can see here. So once that is made, I will basically stretch the image or resize the image to make sure that it fits my printing dimensions. Then it gets saved. So I actually have a folder here that I call art prints. It is actually on the cloud. It's on Adobe Cloud, and basically here's where I save all my art prints. I think it's super important that if you're running a business and you do art print stickers, wherever, that you have them saved somewhere outside of your computer, because God forbid this computer gets wet or it crashes, you are not able to run your business. So as you can see, they have a check mark because they're all safe and in the cloud. So here are the 2 new files that I have added. I just named the file Vinyl Babe because it's a reference point for me. It's for me to easily find it. And then you have it 8x10 and 5x7. So whenever I'm doing an art print, I basically just pull it up by double clicking on it. And there she is. And then I just file, print, and I will send her over to Nick Cannon. So here is my good old trusty printer. I name him Nick Cannon for obvious reasons. Hopefully you guys get that. But it is a Canon Pixma Pro. I talk about it all the time. No surprises here. I've had it for a little bit under a year. And as always, everything I use, my paper, the printer, Cricuts, everything is linked in my bio. So please check there before you ask me in the comments, because I never want to type this printer model again. So there he is. You guys have seen him. Now, when it comes to the art prints, I go ahead and print out both sizes, and then I do what I call like my prototype check. So during this process, I basically look at the print and just make sure that it looks good to me. Like, is it sharp? Are the colors good? Did I miss anything? Is it going edge to edge? And that's kind of how I base if it's good to go to Etsy or not. This is the 8x10, and as you guys can see, it does have a border on it. And the reason being is because the paper that I buy from Canon is 8.5 by 11, which is the standard US letter size. So you gotta do some trimming, okay? I know they make paper that's 8x10, but this is my favorite paper, and I'm willing to do a little bit of trimming work to use better quality paper that's going to last. So there she is, looking beautiful, nice, thick, great quality paper, and I'm just going to trim it. So there are my two prototypes. So once I cut them down, I do my overall inspection and realize that I like it, I will go ahead and upload it to Etsy, and that's like a whole nother process. So that is what I do. That is my setup. It's fairly simple. Now, I know the question that I also get a lot is about ICC profiles, but I say this all the time. It's almost like a fingerprint. It's very unique to you and your setup, so it doesn't matter what I try to walk you guys through here, you're not going to get the same outcome. And that is dependent on what firmware you're on the printer, on your computer, the version of software that you have. There were just so many different variables that no video is going to tell you what settings you need. You're literally going to have to just kind of go through the hard knocks, waste a little bit of paper and time, but eventually you will figure it out. So once I figure out my ICC profiles, I basically save them in here. So I never have to like go back and do it again. And that's how I keep my process super simple. So it goes from iPad to computer, computer to Nick Cannon to prototype, and then prototype to my lovely customers on Etsy. And that's basically it. So I hope you guys like it. Hopefully it was nice getting a little bit of insight on what I'm doing. And yes, I have an iMac and I could do it on there, but I'm editing. And I just like to keep things separate. What can I say? So I'm going to finish editing the vlog that you're probably going to be watching right now. Okay, Inception. I'm going to drink my coffee and probably call it a day. But yeah, that's it. And I will check back in with you all later if something new happens. Hey guys, so it is about a week later. A lot has been going on, and you guys know that I like to do these little sit downs just to kind of get you caught up and then let you know what I'm working on next. So first things first, on Tuesday, unfortunately Dustin's granddad passed. He lived a very long and full life. He was 104, so we're talking World Wars, the Great Depression, the start of the internet, Y2K. Like, his grandfather has seen everything, and it's a little melancholy, of course. Like, you never like to lose someone, but we're just grateful for the life that he did have. But with that, you know, does come some grief. It does come, you know, with trying to cope and just move on with your regular life. So not gonna lie, this last week Dustin and I have just kind of been MIA, and I've just kind of been focused on taking care of him and just like showering him with love and support, especially because we're in New York and most of his family is in Georgia, and so we weren't able to go to the services because we had the snowstorm. Like, sometimes it's just a perfect storm, and that's kind of how it was. So that's why I've kind of taken some time off. Obviously I'm back to the curls, the fro. It is kind of acting crazy, so excuse me on that. The second thing is that things are still kind of up in the air. Like, we're still talking with management, seeing how things are going to work out, but there is a slight chance that we will be moving again. Once all of this boils over, I'll be sure to do some type of story time and let you guys know what's going on. But long story short, we just have a very like hostile and crazy neighbor, and it's made it just very hard to live here. And as someone who struggles with anxiety, and I have to work from home a lot more often than not because of the pandemic, it's just made it really hard to be within these walls and do my job. Again, I'll let you guys know all the details later on. I don't want to get to it now because I swear it will put my anxiety on a 10, but the timing just wasn't good. It was the night that we lost Dustin's granddad that we had to have a full-blown like yelling match with her in the hallway, and it just wasn't good. So yeah, we're talking to the building. Hopefully we can either get moved to a different unit or they're going to cover our moving costs. But again, at some point in time, I'll let you guys know all the details. Besides that, I've also been working on some new artwork and some new art prints. So I came out with this new art print. I think it is just beautiful. Like, the quality is insane. I know I'm biased, but like, I pay a lot for my paper and for my printer, and I'm able to get this really amazing, just sharp quality. And it was just inspired by the fact that I love my record player. I love playing music, especially during a time like this when things are just so, I guess, turbulent and just crazy. Sometimes music just helps to ground me, and so my newest hobby has just been like collecting records. And I'm not gonna lie, like, a lot of my art is a representation of what I'm going through, or just certain, I guess, moments in my life. And so if you guys want this print, I do have it up in the Etsy shop. I have it in the 8x10 size, of course, and then also the 5x7 for those who like the smaller prints. And then I also had another one come out that's also up in my shop where I also made a sticker, so you can check that out. But your girl has still been working. So I just got off of a call with the author of the book that I'm illustrating, and we're just kind of talking about next steps and working with another editor and things like that. So things are still in the works. They're still going great. We're still making progress. But we do our check-ins once a week just to make sure everything is still on track. I also got an email to do a commission for a fairly well-known brand, and I'm just so excited because I'm not gonna lie, there was a moment in time where I felt like things were happening for me, but then also not really. And comparison is just something that we all do as humans, especially in the art industry. So when you see a lot of like really amazing and talented people just getting a ton of opportunities, you're kind of sitting there thinking like, when does my time come? Like, when do I get these opportunities? And just as like the imposter syndrome was setting in, I was kind of like falling into this like pit of comparison. A brand reached out and they want me to do an illustration for their Instagram feed. I was able to sign the contract and everything worked out. And honestly, I talked about this on my Patreon, but I say all this to say to always be on top of your shit, because people are always watching. I don't think we realize that when we're sharing our lives and our careers and our skills online, that there can be people watching and just not saying anything, kind of waiting for the moment to reach out to you. So my rule of thumb is always to show up in the best way that you can. I do think that meme accounts are funny and ranting can always be good, just kind of get things off your chest, but we also have to be careful because the things that you do online can affect how brands think you show up, because people can kind of make a one slate perception of you by what they see on the internet. It's just something to think about. Not saying that I'm perfect, and I definitely don't fake the funk. I show up as who I am. So that's either going to repel brands or it's going to attract them. But I think it's just very important to always show up super professional. And when it comes to like posting artwork, I think it's super important that you're posting your best. I say this all the time, like we all have those pieces in our iPad that's like, man, you know, could have been better. And in those cases, I always say, like, you don't have to share it. It can just be practice that you keep in your iPad. You don't have to put it out there in the whole world, because those brands may pick up on that being like your best work. Because don't we always post like the highlight reel of our life on Instagram? So if you're posting all of these like half done sketches or lopsided faces, that's what these brands are going to think you're capable of. So I always say, like, post your best work, because Instagram is now becoming the new portfolio. So that's that. And when like we're talking about portfolio, something I'm definitely going to do today, no matter what, is finally get my website situated. The last like few weeks, what I've been doing is actually like scouring the internet for like pre-made templates. There are web designers who make pre-made templates for like Squarespace, and so I've been looking at those, trying to find one that really fits my aesthetic, that will require like minor tweaking, and I'm going to get that up as soon as possible. I think it's super important to have like a one-stop shop where any brand or person looking to possibly work with you can go and see everything about you. And I don't really have that. Like, I share a lot on the internet, but you kind of have to go to all my different social platforms to find it. And I want to kind of consolidate it and make like one platform where you can find out everything you need to know about me and my services. So that is next. Now I do have to like tidy up my desk and get back to work, but I wanted to show you guys one last thing that Dustin put together for me. As you all know, like, I have my desk space here, but I like to do a lot of I guess overhead flat lay type of videos and posts, and it's really hard to do when you don't have a tripod that you can like sit overhead. And so last time when I did my draw with me Q&A, the last video, I actually had my big ass tripod like on my desk, and the arm was over my iMac. It was just a mess, and I was honestly afraid of like knocking it, because right behind this iMac is a huge window, and if God forbid it fell back, like, it could crack the window, it could break my camera. And so Dustin was so helpful and built me something really cool, and I'm going to show it to you guys. Okay, so sorry if things are a little bright. It's a bright day, but here it is. So I was talking to Dustin a while ago about how I wanted just an arm to go above here, because eventually I want to be one of those people who do live streams more consistently. I've seen people on Twitch and on Behance, and they just seem so fun and a way to connect with your community. But like, as you can see, I'm up against a window. There's no wall back here. So for me to put a tripod like on this desk was literally impossible. So what Dustin did was he got me this arm from B&H. B&H is, I think, only in New York, and they're basically a camera photography based manufacturer. Like, you go to their store and you can buy anything that has to do with photography, cameras, things like that. So Dustin ended up, he's so handy, he ended up drilling this piece of oak, and as you guys know, oak is really strong. So he got this piece of oak and he drilled it into a stud, a metal stud behind this wall. He had to find it, you know, professional stuff. And then he put the clamp, the arm, onto this piece of wood. And I know it may look like there's a slight tilt, but I'm telling you guys, like, it's not moving. And I purposefully left it up overnight just to make sure, and it still hasn't come down. So there is the arm. It comes all the way out, and then I can mount my camera there. It is so handy. Like I said, it's not fully articulating, but it does have locks, so you can move it around. And then when I'm not using it, I can always just loosen this clamp and take it down. So super low profile. I really love it. I'm I'm so grateful to have a partner who's so handy, and I will be doing more like top down or flat lay type of videos now that I have this. So just wanted to show you guys, but my battery is dying, so I'm going to basically clean up my desk, get to work, and I will check back in with you guys when I am doing something new. Hello, Inception. Vlogception. Every Wednesday. And we match. Do you have your drink?
Yes.
So, look at this.
My son won't let go of it. She and I continue to discover that we're the same person.
Same person. So y'all thought y'all was watching two different channels. You're not. It's the same channel. You're subscribed to both. Sorry.
We're the same.
Same person. Alright, so I am wrapping up this video with another packing time lapse. I truly hope you guys enjoy it. I'm still working on this overhead angle, so bear with me. I'm sure in the next video it'll be even better. Thank you all so much for tuning in, showing me love and support on this channel, even when I go over a week without posting. And as always, if you want to check out Skillshare, that link will be below where you can click and just kind of explore and do your own thing. But I hope you all are staying safe and happy and sane. I have so much love for y'all, and I will see you in the next studio vlog. Bye.
You